Welcome to another SVG New Sponsor Spotlight. I'm Jason Dackman, Chief Editor at SVG, and we've got Jamie MacDonald from Megaphone TV. He's their Executive Vice President of Broadcast Solutions. Jamie, thanks so much for joining us today. Really appreciate it, man.
Hey, Jason, thanks so much for having us. We're excited to be on the big show.
Yeah, well, we've known about you guys for a bit and are excited to have you aboard. But for those out there that aren't aware of what Megaphone TV is and what you guys offer, can you give a little bit of background in terms of the company and how you guys make a difference in the industry?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, Megaphone, we're an interactive platform. But really at our core, it's to grow audience and fan engagement. So the result of that is viewers, fans coming back to content more often, sticking around just a little bit longer when they do. So we're gonna do that through live polls, trivia, viewer reaction. It's all a great push to digital. So we have to be concerned about just not our broadcast audience, but also the digital, the social audience. So we're gonna draw hundreds, thousands, tens of thousands of fans and viewers to a broadcaster's digital property. So that's gonna be before, during, even after the games. And then for the brands and agencies, we're a lead gen funnel for you. So after you vote in a poll, you take an interactive question, there's gonna be a small ad, which we call as a pop-up offer. And that can be really for anything, any type of lead gen you're looking for. It could be for, click to an app, click to get a discount code, or even push out to a website.
Yeah, it's really interesting how these a type of viewer engagement tool like yours has changed the way that storytelling happens within the production. Just the concept of trying to make it more interactive has really, I think, altered the way that some broadcasters and digital outlets think of things. So specifically for our community, the sports community, I'm curious, how have you guys seen some of these elements really make a difference within the broadcast, and also, like you said, bring those people to the digital platforms that are more important than ever today?
Yeah, no, that's a great question. We work a lot with SNY. I was actually catching a game behind me on my TV with them. But they're really best in class when integrating the interactivity, the audience engagement with their storytelling. So generally, they'll start out every day. So it's every day before a Mets game, they're going to have sports night in New York, where they're going to do a fan poll. It could be a hot take, it could be an audience opinion, but they really wave it into the conversation. So we talk a lot about interactive storytelling. It isn't a poll just to run a poll, just to check a box. It's more to support the narrative. What was really interesting this year is what they did was they started adding sports lines to the poll. So that's the first we saw that. So they've teamed up, they pretty much work with everybody in New York, all the sports betting operators that are legal there. But they started adding lines to the poll. So now that's becoming part of the story too. And it's normalizing gambling, which is interesting and educating too. And after that, for the viewer, they're getting that lean forward experience. They're getting to be part of the conversation where the broadcaster, the sports announcer, they're not talking to the audience. They're actually having a conversation with them. They're interacting with the poll, with the trivia question. And then on the back end of that, they're getting an ad for something that could be valuable, whether they're teaming up, with in automotive, it could be even food and beverage, it could be sports betting, like I said, they're getting something valuable for them. So when we talk about interactivity, we talk about fan engagement, we really want to check all of those boxes. What's in it for the viewer? That's just good, engaging content, something that they're interested and passionate about. What's in it for the broadcaster? What's going to help their content? It's going to help their narrative. It could be a tease vehicle over break as a retention tool. And hopefully monetization too. What's good for the advertiser? For the advertiser, they're getting impacts too. And that could be any type of lead generation or any type of funnel conversion.
Sure. Well, it all comes down to monetization at the end, right? But you mentioned betting, and obviously tools like Megaphone TV, platforms like Megaphone TV are going to be huge as legalized betting becomes more and more mainstream. SNY, a perfect example, that immediately after, betting became legalized in the state of New York, the regional sports networks, for obvious reasons, jumped right on and said, hey, it's time to, start bringing this into our content. And that's one of the main ways that viewer engagement tools I think are going to evolve and become even bigger in the future. Speaking of the future, you guys as a platform are constantly evolving. I know the things that can be offered, the things that can be created are constantly being added to. So can you tell us a little bit about what 2022 holds for Megaphone TV?
Yeah. Thanks so much, Jason. Yeah, we have two new products that we're going to be launching this year. The first one's going to be right around opening day of MLB. So we're very excited. We don't know when that's going to be, right?
Fingers crossed. It's the beginning of April, right?
Yeah. Hopefully, right? So it's a free-to-play prediction game. So we've already piloted this with Rogers Sportsnet in Canada. So they're the largest sports property, largest sports brand in Canada. For them, they branded it as Predictor. So it's a free-to-play game. You're gonna they launched it during the Stanley Cup Finals. So their viewers, their fans are gonna make their predictions all throughout the game, and then they're gonna have a daily winner, a weekly winner, and a grand prize. So for the Stanley Cup playoffs last year, they teamed up with Dodge Ram. So they were working with automotive. So we're bringing that really as a turnkey opportunity for any type of regional sports nut, any pro team, any broadcasters that's looking to add a free-to-play game. What's really interesting about it, because there's actually quite a few prediction apps out there and prediction games. Our prediction is going to live on the broadcaster's site, or the pro or the college sports team site. There's going to be some really cool deep attribution. So we're looking forward to digging into and giving real value, whether the sponsor could be automotive, it could be a sports betting operator. And then we're going to have the broadcast component too. So as you're doing your prediction game, you can share the results live in real time. So once it becomes part of the storytelling, what we were just discussing, Jason.
Sure. Very cool. Well, again, these types of integrations into the broadcast and onto digital platforms are only going to grow in the future. So we're happy to have you guys aboard and looking forward to what's ahead in 2012 for you guys. But Jamie, really appreciate you taking the time. Anybody that wants to learn a little bit more about Megaphone TV, make sure to stay tuned to sportsvideo.org for our upcoming coverage, as well as megaphonetv.com. Jamie, thanks again, man. Stay safe, stay healthy. Hope all is well.
Thanks, Jason. Take care.